other things. I'm telling you now, in addition to the things that I have there, internal viruses are fought up by cellular immunity, humoral immunity are external viruses. Be familiar with the quantity of fluid that's recovered by lymphatic vesicles. If you were alive, you should know this.
15%.
Be able to identify what differentiates lymph from blood plasma. What's the difference?
Proteins and plasma.
Plasma has what? Proteins. Be able to describe which organic compounds lacteals are able to absorb.
Lipids.
Just talked about it tonight. Be able to identify and contrast 3 different types of tonsils in regards to location and prevalence of infection. This test is too easy. Yes, talked about that already. Review the factors that influence the flow of lymph throughout the body. Look them up, because there's certain things that are going to affect it. For example, let's say the skeletal muscle tone. Okay, we talked about contractions of the heart. Same thing we looked at as what is going to influence flow of fluids throughout the body. Okay, that again is a straightforward question. Who's? I have to fire you, so.
Wait, that can't be from there.
Trace the lymphatic flow from the lymphatic capillaries to the heart.
Stop.
You know that. That's strictly what I'm asking. You're going basically from the lymphatic capillaries all the way back through to collecting blood back to the heart. Yep, that same flow. Review what type of white blood cells are responsible for immune surveillance.
Natural killers.
NK cells. Be able to define the term involution. What type of lymphatic organ is most often affects?
Thymus.
Yep. Next. Understand what type of infection interferon responds to?
Viruses.
What
Viruses.
is interferon?
It's a protein.
I know, but what does it respond to?
AIDS.
What does it respond to?
Secreted by leukocytes, viruses stimulate protection.
What is it? It is
Antiviral.
an antimicrobial protein. Okay, so what is it going to respond to?
Cancer, bacteria.
Thank you. Next.
What? What is the answer? Bacteria? What's the difference between
What's the difference between bacteria and a
And a
virus?
virus, yeah.
That's a big difference.
Huge difference.
An antibacterial and antiviral, 2 different classes. If I give you an antibacterial and you have a virus, is it going to work for you?
No.
Understand where lymph originates from.
Tissue,
right? It comes from the tissue fluid. Be able to differentiate between specific and non-specific defenses against pathogens, skin, mucous membrane, non-specific. Defense, immune system specific disease. Essentially what I'm asking you is know first, second, third order levels of immunity. Okay? We know that the skin is a first level of first level defense. We know that some of the lymphocytes would be second order defense. Third order would be more so the immune system we looked at in terms of like T cell and memory T cells and memory B cells. Okay, in the third line. Because remember, third line defense is not only going to kill the pathogen, but it's also going to have a memory of it as well. Other functions of the lymphatic system. Got to know those on the slide. Review the unique characteristic of the lymph nodes. What makes a lymph node different than most other lymphatic organs? Nope. What else?
afferent and efferent vessels?
You got it. Next. Review the unique character. We did that. Understand the difference between first and second line defense. We did that. Review the mechanism of how natural killer cells kill bacteria. Natural killer cells.
They mark them or something?
They attack and control.
Immune. NK cells.
I know that. What's the mechanism of action as a killer?
It binds to the pathogen and release
What do we
hormones.
call that?
Perforin.
And what do we call that process? What do we call that process? You gave me the answer. The granuzymes and the perforins. What do they do? What is that process called? Look it up.
Apoptosis?
No.
What the hell?
You gave me the answer already.
Perforins.
No. It's here. Immune surveillance. NK cells do immune surveillance. What is immune surveillance? You put the perforins, the hole in the membrane, and the granzymes come in, and they cause the cell to do what? To die, because the electrolytes are off. Understand the roles of interferon and pyrogens.
Generate fever.
Great. What do interferons do?
Provide generalized protection.
Okay? And they
That's
also
what you
allow for communication to take place between different
Allow communication.
lymphatic cells. Review what defines HIV in relation to to helper T cell count. You know, we just went over it on Monday.
It's over 200.
So review that next. Know the cardinal signs of information. It's not over 200. It's something to do with 200. It's not over.
Lower,
Less than
less.
200,
Less than 200 defines somebody as HIV positive.
No, 80.
AIDS.
AIDS, you're right, yes. Cardinal signs of inflammation.
Redness, swelling, heat, and pain.
Good, next. Review the definitions of autoimmune disease.
Fail to distinguish
Body
between
attacks
itself.
itself.
Understand the meaning of the immune response specificity. What does it mean? Immune
It's
response specificity.
specific to certain
Against a particular
antigens,
pathogen.
not
Specific
all.
to that specific pathogen or antigen. Okay? Review where T cells become immunocompetent. T cells.
T cells in the
Bone marrow.
red bone marrow.
Thymus,
T
thymus.
cells.
Thymus.
Understand what is meant by the term positive selection.
That's when they gonna.
They're competent.
The T cell divide and clone and
It's the cloning of the 2% of those T cells that actually made it through school. We talked about on
Oh,
Monday.
yeah.
Understand where T cells interface with foreign antigens.
Lymph nodes.
yeah, this is what we had a question with. The answer is lymph nodes.
What have we talked about 1,000,000 times? I must have said it, but I was jumping up and down on that platform to tell you this. Right? T cells interface with foreign antigens where?
Lymph
Lymph
nodes.
nodes.
By how? What do they do? What's presenting the T cells to them? What is
APC.
Thank you. In the form of a?
APC.
Yeah, which is
Macrophage.
Thank you,
Macrophage.
macrophage. That's what we went through that whole antigen processing thing. Where you have the macrophage that's going to take it in, it's going to break it into fragments. The epitope is going to be exposed. The T cell's going to come and link to it.
Here we go.
Next.
Look.
Thank you. Review specifically where antigen processing takes place. Typically, what? Review where specific antigens presenting cells typically display antigens to the T cells.
On the surface.
No, it's the same thing. Specifically, it could be the epitope. Specifically on the membrane of the macrophage.
On the, you all have that. MHC equals the protein on the membrane of macrophage and the epitope.
Oh, that was the answer?
That's it. That's it.
Review the general characteristics of antibodies in the plasma in regards to prevalence and role. What am I talking about? IgG, IgA, IgM, all those. Understand the different.
What do you want from us?
I
in
want
this?
you to know what it says here.
All of them?
I want you to know general characteristics, meaning IgA, breast milk of the mother, immunity.
Okay.
Okay? That's what I want you to know. And prevalence.
What is prevalence?
How common do you find it? Which is most common, which is least common?
Most common is IgG.
Be able to identify the target cells of the HIV virus. What are they?
CD4 and TH
Identify
cells.
the target cell of the HIV virus.
CD4,
CD4 is a specific protein found where? On what cell?
TH cell.
Thank you. Good. Review the general characteristics of the 4 different types of hypersensitivities. When do you find each one? Type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. Essentially, I'm asking you type 1 being sort of, we talked about asthma, we talked about anaphylactic shock. Type 1 hypersensitivity.
Okay.
We talked about the haptins, not the Hamptons.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm going to be there right now anyway. The haptins are what? The haptins are type what? They're a type 4 hypersensitivity. Those are the ones, if you have allergic reaction to them, you tend to find yourself itching. Usually it's a response that occurs, let's say, 48 to 72 hours after you're exposed to it. Okay? I'm done. Bye.